What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. It is the first day of the brand new Legend League season, so I wanted to bring you some highlights from my attacks on this first day. Throughout this season, we are going to be using the Queen Charge into Hog Riders. We might vary it up throughout the season. My heroes still aren't maxed, so we're not going to be seriously pushing, but we will try a little bit better this season to do all of my attacks each and every day. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on daily Clash of Clans videos. Let's dive straight into it. Here we have the third attack. We are ready to go, so let's go for it, guys. Third attack of the day, single target infernos, queen on the outside of the base here. We could charge in towards the town hall. Could do a king swap up at this area, although there is a lot on the outside of the base. He could easily go down there, guys. Difficult to set the funnel either way here in order to send the queen in. Yeah, let's just see what we can do, actually. Let's just see what we can do here. And I think we're going to start off with the king here in order to do just a little bit of a king swap. Let's just get a wizard there in order to help. I'm just going to wait just a second, and we'll press the ability once we know that the king is going to go down. Let's do the same here. P.E.K.K.A with a couple of wizards. Then we will use the queen, followed by, let's get one of the whatchamacalls in, the balloons. Queen is going to have to use that ability, actually. I didn't want to do that, but I just couldn't get my troops in quick enough there. As the Wrecker comes through, it's taking a huge amount of damage, so let's use a heal here. The single Inferno is onto the Wrecker as well, and that is going to go down. So, the queen is probably going to walk here. Let's use a rage just to help the queen through this area. This isn't too bad, guys, because we can still use the hogs to directly target the town hall here. Once we've kind of came right around the side, the heroes are out. We've taken out the expos and created the funnel a little bit, so we can still adapt this rather well. My little bit of a worry is the P.E.K.K.As. I'm going to just put 2 hog riders in to try and help onto the expos and test for any giant bombs that could be hiding behind that by the single Inferno. Let's see if we can actually snipe that off. They've actually lured the baby dragons in the clan castle. I'm not sure what baby dragons are about. I've used the poison in order to help here. P.E.K.K.A in order to take down the wizard tower does well, but we are actually out here of rage spells, so we need the healers to swap to the queen. What is it doing? Let's go ahead, and where do we start? I think we're going to have to push the hog riders directly to the town hall here alongside the Grand Warden. We might be okay. Let's kind of send a couple of loons in there just to help as we come forward. Let's use, wow, the town hall is shredding our hog riders. We've used the Grand Warden's ability. Hog riders come forward. There is a giant bomb, or a number of them, so we've had to put that heal spell in. Let's go with another wizard. Another balloon, sorry, to test for black bombs. This is crazy, but it's actually not going too badly, guys. I need to save onto this final heal spell for the hog riders coming through, trying to quickly get clean up in. Let's get that final heal spell in before the Eagle artillery fires. We need the single target Inferno to lock onto the hogs and protect our queen. Let's get the minions in towards the clan castle. We might just nick this, considering that everything walked at the start. We've got 30 seconds. The minions go down. We've still got lots of hog riders. The healers have healed just about every troop on the map. They healed the queen, the P.E.K.K.A, the ice golem, but we finish it off with a 3-star attack. Beautiful stuff, guys. Long may it continue. Let's move on to the next attack. Let's hope it is a 3-star. What have we got? Quite a disjointed base. What is this all about? We have the king, queen, and warden off to this side. There's going to be a lot of traps in this area. I kind of feel like we need to queen charge this area, kind of walk our queen down and then into the base at that point. So why don't we try and do that? Let's go with the P.E.K.K.A here, followed by the queen here, and then let's just kind of wait for a second and let the P.E.K.K.A do its thing there. Let's let the queen kind of walk down this side. Let's get a balloon in just to test for any bombs around this area. Queen should be walking down to that point, which is good. As soon as she starts to take a little bit of damage, we can then put the healers in. So let's go ahead and get the healers in. We're going to have to get ready with a rage spell, so let's go ahead and get that in as well. Let's get the balloon in to help here. Queen coming through is going to take the enemy queen, going to get through this, and we are going to use the spell there, the poison spell. She's actually going to be fine at this point. Don't have to worry, but we could get a couple of hog riders into that area in order to take down that archer tower whilst it's tanked. Oh, I didn't think the Expo was going to lock onto them. So we will get the archer tower, but I'm not sure that it is going to be worth the 3 hog rider investment. I guess it took the fire off our queen a little bit. No more, what am I trying to say? Balloons to test. The wall wrecker should be able to get straight through here. The king swap is going to be helpful, and then the queen should move into the base. Not looking too bad. Let's press that king's ability as we push forward here. Everything looking good. The wrecker needs to get that little bit further. Is it going to make it? Yeah, it's going to make it. No bother, guys. The queen going to be able to pop into the center of the base. Let's use the rage spell here as they come forward. We might as well freeze that area because there is a ton of damage. Then we can start the hogs maybe to this top section here. I think that's going to be best. Warden nearly pressed the queen's ability there, or the accidentally the queen's ability. Moving through, going to save onto that warden's ability for just a second. Let's press it, then let's press the queen's ability. Now let's we've kind of missed a couple of buildings at the top, which isn't going to be helpful, but we're not doing too bad. Let's get a heal spell here for the hog riders coming through. We've got 2 wizard towers, but we've got a miner that we can use to tank. Queen can hopefully stay alive here. She is, which is going to be fantastic in terms of cleanup. I don't want to put any more of my troops in just yet. We've got to try and tank this wizard tower for the hog riders coming through. I don't know if we can do it. Let's go with the miner. Yes, we've managed to tank it. Look, so the wizard tower is on the miner. It means the hogs can get through and take that down. There's a giant bomb. Let's get these troops in, because we've got to start cleaning up here. Hog riders will come down and then clean that section. As long as they get the wizard tower, they will be able to get them other buildings. So I've spammed everything at the top. It's all going to come down to the clock. Hog riders go to the buildings. They have got it down. It's 98. Where's the other building? It's an army camp over there, and it looks like we are going to get our second 3-star of the day. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We are on to the final attack of the first Legend League day of the new season. Weirdly enough, we have lost our Legend League badge. I'm not actually sure what has happened there, but we should get it back in a second. Just the 2 3-stars so far. We have secured the 2 stars in every single one of our attacks though. However, I thought I would quickly, before we get into the last live attack, show you this 3-star which we got yesterday, which I thought was really good considering I wasn't feeling confident against the base design. So why don't we talk you through it a little bit, because it's not always easy to give tips and tricks whilst we are doing the live attack. So what you want to try and get with your queen charge, you've probably seen this in them first couple of attacks there. You're trying to get the eagle and the queen. This base was a little bit funny because there was like holes in the base everywhere, but they could be traps, and it's not the easiest to path your troops if you just go into that area. I pressed the king's ability earlier to redirect the queen back into the base here, trying to protect my wall wrecker to get through this layer of wall. That is all we need. We don't need to get any further than that, but you've got to try and protect your wrecker through the initial layers and to that area of the base where you need your queen to then do the most amount of damage. Just trying to be patient at this point. Try and be patient on your spells as much as possible. We had the Ice Golem and the P.E.K.K.A. tanking, so we didn't quite have to use the rage spells too early, but then once we were in range of the enemy queen, the rage spell came down. That helped us get the multi, it helped us get the eagle, and we charged forward towards the town hall. Then we've just got to think about hog rider pathing. Look at the single inferno at the top of the base. We can easily get to that. We've got straight pathing down that other side, the queen is fine. We still have her ability and a rage spell, so it doesn't make sense to push the hog riders in front of the queen. Not to mention, there are 5 wizard towers down there, so definitely not where you want to push the hogs from. In this one, I chose to come parallel to the queen. 90% of the time, that's what I've had most success with, but it does depend on your current situation within the base, whether the queen has more potential, or is she going to potentially die out? Are the healers about to go down and you've got to just protect that queen in terms of cleanup? It really does just depend. Coming down to the final part here, we've more than enough hog riders to clean up these final few defenses, even though they are splash damage, and we sent the rest of the cleanup in. We have a miner, which I do like to use either as a tank for wizard towers, you've seen that already, or to just send into the middle of the base to help with cleanup. You've obviously got the minions in order to help. They can be used to snipe, get into the middle of the base. Remember, they can even take out cannons or ground-based defenses, and I was really happy with that as a 3-star attack. Let's see if we can replicate it for the final attack, really pick up our momentum. I did say to myself that around about 5,100 from when we started the day would be where I would want to be, so if we get the 3 stars, we will be on that mark, or 34 trophies. Let's see what base we come up against. Not an easy one. I don't like these styles of bases. You've got to try and charge into where the queen is, and kind of walk your queen down that area in order to try and take that out. You seen me attack a base like this earlier. It was just kind of rotated, wasn't it? So, where can we start here? Why don't we start with the P.E.K.K.A. like here. Let's go with the P.E.K.K.A. there. Then I'm just going to be a little bit patient here. We can then start with the queen now. We've got the tankage for that. Let's get the balloon in order to test for some black bombs. There's clearly some knocking around here as well, and I'm just going to wait for the moment. I don't quite want the healers in until that P.E.K.K.A. goes down. Let's use them now. Alongside, we're going to have to use the queen's ability here, guys. The rage wasn't going to be in quick enough, so we've had to use the queen's ability. Now let's go with the wrecker. Oh no, we've got the clan castle troops coming out there, and we've got to have the wrecker into the base here, which we do. Let's freeze this area to try and help the wrecker through, which it gets through. King's ability is going to have to be used, because actually we forgot about the poison. What am I doing? There's a balloon over there wrecking our king, which is not ideal. That is going to be troublesome for our hog riders as well. The ice golem does us a favor there to hopefully power the queen forward. We do have a nightmare of healers stuck on the multi-inferno. We really need the P.E.K.K.A. to get that down. Is it going to get it? Yes, it does. Now let's send the hog riders in. We're gonna have to send them in direct to the town hall here to ensure we get the 2 stars. There's no other way about it. Even though we could put them in front of the queen in order to protect her, we've got to try and get the 2 stars here. Get that town hall down. There is the Grand Warden's ability used. Hog riders in the tornado trap means they are going to split here. Let's use the heal spell here and the heal spell here. Oh man, we've got hog riders everywhere. Let's get a miner and a couple of wizards to the cannon there to try and help out. Wizards to the top. That balloon in the clan castle is definitely going to be troublesome for our hog riders. We might be fortunate here, but I highly doubt it. We just have to get maximum percentage at this point. Hog riders spreading around due to the base being under-leveled. We might get lucky here, and I think we are going to, guys. How crazy is that? A balloon left up, the king left up, and we are going to get this done. You've just got to take out that... Ooh, are we going to run out on time? We shouldn't. I thought the minion was going to get that clan castle. I deployed it onto it, but you can see the air skellies are going to get it. We are going to hit pretty lucky here, guys. Again, we did what we needed to do, a sloppy attack, but the fundamentals were there. Hopefully the attacks you've seen in this video have certainly helped you with that, in terms of how to use the hog riders, how to use that queen charge to help you. They are going to take out the king, get across to that clan castle, and that means we have had an okay amount of 3 stars for today, guys. A couple of sloppy attacks that could have been improved. 40 trophies leads us to 5,106 after the first day. So 2 3-stars back to back at the end there. We did have a 75%, which was nearly a fail. 57 was my worst, 88 a 3-star, and moving down there, the other 3 stars were from yesterday, which you did just see. I hope you did enjoy that one. Bit of a highlight reel of my best attacks, but if you do want to see any of the attacks we've done recently, I'm going to link here the Noah's Ark attack. This is all of the troops, every single one of them in Legends League. It was crazy. You're going to want to watch that, but be sure to stay tuned as well for my next Legend League video. Until next time, peace out.